Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. This is a very, very special video today. Why is it special? Because we just hit 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate the fact that all of you guys have subscribed. Thanks to you, I've been able to monetize my channel, which means that I have been able to get enough money off of YouTube to buy a foot-long sub at Subway. But hey, we all start somewhere, and as a show of appreciation to you wonderful nerds out there, I decided to offer you guys a chance to ask me any question you like. And you did! I received a huge amount of questions, some about science, some not about science, some really, really not about science, and I filmed my mostly blind reaction to them, which you're going to be seeing in a little bit. Since starting the channel, we've reviewed some paleontology media, we've debunked some pseudoscience, we've discussed politics as it relates to geoscience a few times now. We've gone into some science communication about my actual scientific research that I'm doing, and we've discussed an assortment of interesting and unusual topics around geology, but mainly around paleontology. Now, I love dinosaurs, as you know, but don't expect all of this channel's content in the near future to be dinosaur focused. I've got quite a few fun videos coming up that have nothing to do with dinosaurs, but are about other aspects of Earth sciences, and I think you'll love them just as much as you love the dinosaur content. Anyway, I gave you a chance to ask me any question you want. Let's get into those questions. Now, I have seen some of the questions that I'm going to be responding to here, but I've not seen all of them, so I'm not sure how much cringe there's going to be. I do know that there's going to be a lot that have nothing to do with geology whatsoever, or science, which is a bit weird considering this is a science channel, and I was hoping that most of the questions would be science ones that we could dig into and have some fun. But you know what? I don't care. This should be an enjoyable video. Okay, so first question. What fossil species do you think is the most important and why? Interesting. I think it's probably a tie between Archaeopteryx, because it's such a great transitional fossil that tells us so much about the relationship between birds and non-avian dinosaurs and the evolution of birds, and Silliness mundulus, actually, which is a type of foram that's very heavily used in reconstructing past climate. Like, we know so much about the planet's history thanks to Silliness mundulus, so I think, yeah, Silliness mundulus would be up there as one of my top fossil species. Okay, next question. Has nothing to do with Earth science at all. It's Shrek. Smash or pass? Pass. Okay, hopefully the next question can be sciencey. Oh, cack. The next question is F, marry or kill? T-Rex, Triceratops, and Velociraptor. The answer is none of the above. I am not a zoophile, that is creepy, and they are all dead, but also I wouldn't want to do any of that or kill them, so no is the answer to that. The next question is asking why my Twitter bio said I lived in the city I used to live in before I moved, after I moved. Which is just that I forgot to update it. It's not a very interesting question. Next question. Hello, do you want to buy a walrus? Yes, walruses will be great in my army to fight with me alongside Rockman to take over the world. Does your cheese contain gases, regrets, disappointment, or shrimp? I am 100% sure who asked this question, and you know that the answer is disappointment. Next question. Is this going to be geological? It's not even a question. It's just someone saying, I think more boys should kiss boys. Okay, next question. Should I take a bath in baked beans? No, don't bathe in beans. Shower in them. Very refreshing. Why did I do that? Next question. I'm going to eat beans. I hope you find them tasty. I'm also going to eat some beans with my dinner. Next question. I'm not answering that. Next question. A gooey duck taught my neighbor's turkey how to do security fraud and then filled all of my water pipes with Fruit Loops. Yes, they are incredibly intelligent, brainless bivalves. Aha, an actual question this time. Is it pronounced gooey duck gooey science, or geoduck geoscience, or geoduck gooey science, or gooey duck geoscience? The answer to your question is yes. Okay, next question. Are you looking to date someone right now? Next question. Do you like someone at the moment? Maybe. Next question. Do you think looks matter more than personality? No, but also, why are you asking me this? This is a geology channel. These have nothing to do with anything. Okay, next question. Please set me up with your friend. I'm not quite sure which friend this person is talking about. Like, there's a few people that I've associated with in, like, on my channel and in my videos. Some people I've associated with who I also know IRL. I mean, do you mean, presumably, given how much she's helped with recent videos and we've recommended each other's stuff, presumably you mean Planner Walk? Maybe you mean Sky, who helped me, who co-presented my last video? Maybe you mean Katie, who's done lots of my artwork, or Sophie Marie, who's done lots of my artwork? I'm not setting you up with any of my friends because I don't know who you are and which friends you're talking about. And no. Okay, why do you take so long to respond to messages? Because as I said, they're getting answered in this video. Like, that's the obvious reason. Okay, next question. Next question is, I think I have a crush on you. Thank you, I am mightily sexy, aren't I? I'm so cringe. Next question. What is your opinion on birds? I love them. They are so diverse in terms of their behaviors, their morphologies. They have such complicated behaviors, and so many different groups of them are showing to be incredibly intelligent in terms of problem solving. I love all birds. Bird watching is one of my favorite hobbies. I love them all. No bird I don't like. That's my answer. Next question. How old do you want to be when you get married? I mean, I would have been happy to have already been, but I haven't. Why are you asking this? What does this have to do with anything this channel is about? Hello everyone, it's time for Rockman. Wait, this isn't Rockman. Hello everyone, it's time for Rockman. Rockman is our weekly-ish game that we now play in every episode until I defeat you. Rockman is the sentient weapon that I am going to use to take over the world. This is my series of letters which represents the summoning spell to summon Rockman. If you guess these letters before me, you can stop me from taking over the world. What are these letters? They are a geological phrase. If you get the letter wrong, a rock goes on Rockman until he is complete. But if you get the letter right, you're one step from holding me back from taking over the world. So, the highest voted letter last week was O. Is O on the board? Yes, it is! Oh dear! Congratulations! You have got another letter correct. So, do you think you can defeat me? Have a go at guessing another letter, and the one that gets upvoted the most will get picked in the next episode. Anyway, on with the rest of the video. Okay, next question. What are your thoughts on speculative evolution, like the after-man species and such? Would you consider making your own spec-evo creature/world for fun at some point using your knowledge of science? I actually have already done a load of spec-evo art, much of which I haven't actually gotten around to posting online, but I started doing this little series where I was drawing like hypothetical species from a future in which humanity abruptly goes extinct, and then just sort of going further and further into the future, mainly focused on New Zealand, because I live here and I find the interesting sort of dichotomy of native versus introduced species to be interesting in terms of what that could lead to, what the livestock species we have here might potentially evolve into, what kind of animals might become the predators in that kind of ecosystem. I think it's a really interesting area to look at. I also had an idea of like what kind of creatures might take over from different extant lineages. So I always thought it was interesting how here in New Zealand we don't have any snakes, but we do have eels, obviously, and eels can migrate considerable distances over land between freshwater ponds when they're trying to get out from their ponds to rivers to the ocean to breed. So I had the idea that like maybe what if a population of eels got reproductively cut off from the ocean and gradually adapted to be more and more terrestrial until they sort of took over the niche of snakes here, which I thought was an interesting idea to cover. I also quite like the idea of like what happens if all of the amphibians go extinct thanks to chytrid fungus and things like that, and whether or not we might see mud skippers evolving further to take up more terrestrial niches. So I had the idea like maybe you could have like arboreal mud skippers, which could be quite fun, an interesting idea to look into. Anyway. So yeah, I am a huge fan of speculative evolution. I also really liked The Future is Wild growing up. Oh, finally! We've got a really good question now! Which dinosaur is best suited for life as a pet in my middle-class suburban neighbourhood? What if I had a pond? The food is magically handled, but size and personality. Now, if you have a pond, the logical answer is a duck. But I'm going to assume that you mean non-avian dinosaurs. Now, the obvious answer is Brachytrachelopan, because who would not want to ride a Brachytrachelopan down the street? Like, everyone would stare at you in absolute awe. But that's not very practical for what you're asking. For a suburban neighbourhood, I think the best pet dinosaur, especially if you've got a pond, would probably be Raptor, because it looks like it's potentially got a lot of adaptations to have lived quite a lot like a duck. It doesn't look like it would be particularly dangerous, although obviously quite a lot of larger waterfowl can be. But I think if you raised it from a chick and sort of, it got to know you early on, it would probably be a really nice pet. So I'm going with Raptor. Favorite plant, modern or extinct, and why? This is a really great question because obviously I love doing paleobotanical research and I currently work as a botanical ecologist. Favorite plant is a hard one to answer. I kind of want to say Oioi or Apodasmia similis, which is a type of Restianad, which are a group of rush-like plants, which we get in salt marshes and coastal wetlands and non-coastal wetlands as well here in New Zealand, because it just looks vibrantly orange. You just get these amazing, gorgeous fields of orange in the salt marshes, and it's mind-blowing to look at. I also think it's really interesting how they store salt in their stems, and that's what sort of turns them orange. But I'm not sure. But there are also pitcher plants, which are, of course, absolutely incredible because of the way they've adapted to, you know, eat insects to make up for their nutrient-poor soils. And the fact that they've evolved 3 separate times, like there's 3 not very closely related lineages of plants that all independently became pitcher plants, which I think is just incredible. Next question is someone who just says, "I miss you so much." Now, I kind of wonder if this is someone I know in real life, so please reach out to me. Because I don't know who you are, because you sent this on an anonymous chat. Next question. This is clearly from someone who watches my channel, because they want to know, are you going to continue reviewing Prehistoric Planet 2? The answer to your question is yes, I am. I really enjoy working on those videos. They are, of course, what started this channel. Wow, they're not technically my first video, but they're what really started me in earnest doing science communication on this channel, because I'm really passionate about paleontology media. The answer is very much yes. I love working on that series. I just haven't really had the time to, and I kept getting annoyed at Apple TV Plus because it stopped letting me screen record. So I recorded a whole bunch of bits of the next episode, and then my screen recordings were just a black screen. And the site I was using to pirate Season 1 when I had issues screen recording didn't have Season 2 on it at the time. I'm going to have another look and try to work on that as soon as I can, because I really want to get back into reviewing Prehistoric Planet Season 2, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it when I do. But it probably won't be for a few more videos yet. As I said, I'm mainly currently focusing on a video on the pseudoscience of Jordan Peterson, which is going to be a pretty big one, and I'm working on a few other little science videos for the meantime, which aren't going to take up too much time. There was a new paper that came out the other day which looked at the relationships between earthquakes and volcanic activity, using a case study that I believe was in Lake Taupo, which I think really deserves a video. So there was that, which I'm probably going to work on sometime next week, but beyond that it's really just going to be the Jordan Peterson video for a bit, and then, I mean, I told you guys in one of my last videos what my plans are for the next few, so you know, you probably know that already. And now we have a wholesome question from someone who says, "Just wanted to remind you how awesome you are." I just want to say thank you so much. That is the end of the questions. If I get more questions, I'll add them to this section. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who asked questions, except for some of you. So yeah, thank you all for allowing me to hit the first 1,000 subscribers of this channel. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. I also want to throw some special shout-outs to some people who really helped this channel grow. Firstly, I want to thank my friends Katie and Sophie Marie for both being amazing people and for the wonderful artwork that you have provided for this channel. I also want to especially thank Sky McDavid for her work co-writing and co-presenting my last video on the dinosaurs on the moon pseudoscience, which was pretty fun, and I am sorry you put yourself through that. She actually offered to help with another video that I'm working on as well, which will be covering yet another instance of Mud Fossil University, but it'll probably be a little while before I get to that video, I'm currently focusing most of my energy on a massive video which is going to be debunking the pseudoscience of Jordan Peterson. But in between now and then, I'm going to be posting a few short videos about interesting topics in geology and paleontology, many of them not related to dinosaurs, but some of them will be, including the much anticipated, probably, Albertosaurian video, which I've been sort of telling you guys little hints about, which is going to be coming up soon. Special acknowledgements also really need to go out to Planner Walk for both your advice in improving my audio quality and giving me some really great video ideas, like the first Mud Fossil University video, and another one which I am going to be working on in the not too distant future. I also want to just express my wholehearted gratitude to Jean and Eric Feenstra, my Patreon supporters, who've been with me for quite some time now. I really appreciate the fact that you've been supporting the channel, and I hope that you've been enjoying getting videos a day earlier than everyone else. I'm sorry I haven't been able to do as much on Patreon as I would like. I had originally hoped to be, giving you guys much more of a say in the next few videos, but I have like 5 videos that I know I want to get out, and after that you guys will be able to vote on the next videos again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you guys really enjoy what I've got coming up, and I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Until we see each other again, I've been DJ King, signing off.